We are last home game, 5 seniors who have made an indelible mark on this program, and we need to send them out in a fitting fashion. I was very, very pleased with the way we responded at Wyoming. I had expected that, and yet we, as all of you know, well documented, have had our struggles in Laramie. But we did what we needed to do in a fashion that we felt good doing it. We have now an opportunity to hang a banner if we win on Saturday. And that's significant. To win a championship, that is significant. We're 28-2, nobody has more wins, nobody has fewer losses. That's significant, but the culmination of a conference season is you want to try to win a conference championship, and now we have an opportunity to do that, and hopefully we will play that way. We're playing a very good Colorado State team who has a tremendous amount riding on this game also. Their aim is to get 20 wins, get to the NCAA tournament. We had a 2-point game against them at their place. So I would expect that it would be played with that kind of energy and effort on both sides. So we're looking forward to being at home and having a really, really wonderful send-off for our 5 seniors. Anything?
What have these seniors meant to you? What has this class meant to you compared to all the others?
We've had Billy White and DJ Gay, who have been 4 years with us. They have, without asking Mike May, probably the most wins in the history of any 2 players in the program. That speaks volumes. And others have been here, but not for the full time, but they have made tremendous contributions to this team. They will be missed. They will be hard to replace, and they will have an everlasting mark on this program. And I'm very proud of the fact that I've had the privilege to coach them.
How much pride do you have on senior night? What do you think about when you see those guys walk out and get their salute?
We recruit families with the promise that we're going to treat them as if they're our own. And when moms and dads or grandmothers and grandfathers or whomever they would have at that last home game are here, they're bursting with pride, they're a bit nervous, but there's all the emotions that are there when they send their son away from them. And it's a huge responsibility for us. So you're proud of the fact that they're here, that they've had accomplishments both in the classroom and on the court, and you don't want it to end, but it ends for everybody.
Coach, could you talk more specifically about what you're going to have to replace when you lose DJ, not just in terms of points or assists, but what kind of void is going to be left behind when you lose?
I think oftentimes DJ, because he's not the tallest, doesn't run the fastest, jump the highest, yell the loudest, his contributions are oftentimes not overlooked, but underappreciated. Which is why, as a coach, I've tried not to let that happen. I've tried to make sure that everybody knew the importance that how important he was to our team. And I stated, he's our most important player. Played more minutes than anybody on the team. Does it like you would expect someone to do it, but very few are able to do it. He's a coach's player. He's a coach's delight, and most importantly, he wins. He finds ways to be successful and does whatever he feels is necessary to get his team a victory. He will be a hard player to replace. He's been here 4 years. we have seen a lot happen in those 4 years. And we're hopeful that the best is still yet to come before he plays his last game.
What was your reaction to the BYU result last night?
Well, selfishly, you're glad that you're playing for a conference championship. When I heard Tuesday after the game, after our game at Wyoming, I felt bad. I felt bad for the individual. I felt bad for the team, and I felt bad for the coaches at BYU. Their coaches are friends of ours. We have a wonderful relationship and friendship with them, off the court, and there's great respect. Nobody knows how hard players and coaches work other than players and coaches. So to see something like that at this stage get in the way of maybe their best season ever, it's sad. And you if you're human, you should feel that way. So I feel bad for him.
Do you think we saw last night what he meant to that team, or do you think that was a combination of shock from the other players, minus having Brandon Davies out there? What do you think happened to BYU last night?
I didn't see the game. I saw the highlights, as everyone did. We all know New Mexico beat them last time they played in the pit. I think probably it's somewhere in between what happened and you know the value that he brings to the team. They're a very good team. They're a very good team without him. Last night they weren't near the team that played here, and New Mexico was. So how much of that entered into the suddenness of it and all of that, I don't know. But they're still a good basketball team, and I would expect that they would prove that as they move forward with their last game and into the conference tournament and into the NCAA tournament.
Is it difficult to lose a player midway through? How do you kind of rally the team around that? It's a difficult experience.
It's always difficult when a player either is hurt, gets suspended, gets dismissed. Changes, the uncertainty of change, you never know how that's going to affect you. But it affects you. Sometimes you have a rallying immediately and you play better than you played before that person left. And sometimes you have happen what happened last night to them. But ultimately, this is a team full of veteran players. They've got guys that have been there before also. And they've got a lot of pride and they've got a lot of togetherness. So I would imagine that they're in their own world in Provo getting themselves ready for Saturday. And you're never quite as bad as it might appear or someone might say, or you're never quite as good. And we'll see what happens with all of us as we move forward.
Seems a little convenient that this Davies story breaks out after their most high-profile game of the year against you. If things turn out to have been matriculating over a large portion of time, does that bother you at all or make you play the what-if game, or do you try to just...
I would never even given that a thought. No, not at all.
As you head towards Saturday with senior night, you have such a big class and do you have to coach the emotion out of them given how much is at stake in the game itself, or do you just let that play out and know it's a better group, they'll take care of themselves? How do you negotiate that?
There was a time when we tried to start all the seniors. We're not going to do that tomorrow. We're going to start our normal lineup. Emotions will be there for everyone. It's our last regular season home game, and there's a lot riding on this game for us. It's the last home game ever for those seniors, so it'll be extra emotional for them, I'm sure. And you have to make sure that you manage your emotions, that if a tear flows, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you get out there, you have to play within yourself and not do things out of the ordinary, not try to go so fast or get in such a hurry to let them know you're there. And so that's the thing that we have to make sure that we're all guarding against. We've responded pretty good when we played on senior day, and I would expect that we would do that again.
Coach, in addition to having a chance to play for a conference championship or regular season championship, do you, assuming a win, do you consider what that does to the tournament, i.e. maybe not having to play UNLV on their home court in a second round game in a semifinal matchup, or is it too far down the line to think of that kind of stuff?
Well, if we win, they win. We're the 2 seed, they're the 1 seed. So our goal is to win on Saturday and say we're co-champions of the Mountain West Conference with a 14-2 record. I don't think that we've had anyone have fewer than 2 wins and not win a conference championship. So we've had a wonderful conference season. We want to finish it with a victory in that last home game to ensure ourselves of at least a co-championship.
Coach, Colorado State, I believe the last 2 times you guys have played, it's been a 2-point game. What is it about their style of play that kind of gives you guys trouble?
They're good. They have a good team. They're senior driven. They're hard guards with their 2 seniors in Franklin and Ogilvie. They're confident, and they're playing with purpose and togetherness. So they've played a lot of people tough. They went through a 3-game losing stretch, and they pounded Utah last night on their last home game. So I do think it'll be a game with 2 good teams that are playing one another, and they've been on the bubble and in and out, and they want to get back in. So we knew when we went there this year it was going to be a good, tough game, and it proved to be just that.
Can you talk about Ogilvie and how you guys will defend him and kind of the improvement of him as a player? I mean, he's an 18-point-per-game guy now. Can you talk about his improvement and how you guys are going to guard him?
Ogilvie's a 5th-year senior, Mississippi transfer. Got some maturity about him and age about him. Utilized his redshirt year to get better and get in that weight room. And he's one of the best players in our league right now, and he knows it. He's a hard guard. He can score in bunches. He gets that ball in the low post. He's tough to guard. And he can make the perimeter shot also.